And we are joined by Dr. Ahmed Muin Farooqi, who is joining us from Colombo with more on this story. Dr. Farooqi, just put this into context for us. The Japanese foreign minister coming to Sri Lanka. How important is this in terms of sending a signal that that Japan, at least apart from India, is supporting Sri Lanka's road to recovery?
Mark, you see, primarily speaking, if we are looking at the entire perspective from 2022 onwards, Sri Lanka went through a very difficult phase with the economic crisis. And prior to that, it also had gone through difficult circumstances, not just with the COVID pandemic, which of course hit the entire world, but also because of the 2019's Easter attacks. Thereafter, the tourism sector in the island plummeted. And thereafter, the economic crisis, it spiraled into a huge behemoth, which Sri Lankan government could not handle at that point of time. And that was the precise time when India stepped in and provided the huge humanitarian assistance of about $4 billion. Not just India, even Japan came forward alongside India and France to come together on the official creditors committee, which came together to discuss ways and means to restructure the debt which Sri Lanka owed to its bilateral creditors as well as the other external creditors. Now, as of now, the domestic debt optimization has been completed. The discussions for the bilateral external debt have been completed, but an MOU on this regard is yet to be signed. And this is where the Japanese Foreign Affairs Minister has spoken today, saying that Japan looks forward to an early conclusion of the MOU and signing of it with the creditors. And thereafter, the next steps would be taken to further strengthen the economy. And that's something very crucial because you see, India also wants Sri Lanka to be safe, to be prosperous. It is in the best interest for everyone in the region, in the Indian Ocean region. And that's something which even Japan has said that Japan looks forward to a free and open Indo-Pacific, which includes the Indian Ocean region also.
Absolutely. And, the importance that the Japanese foreign minister gave to the strategic location of Sri Lanka in the Indian Ocean. The idea also that it comes at a time when there has been moves to counter China's aggression on the seas. To what extent, can we see Japan's cooperation gaining ground in Sri Lanka, and what areas of cooperation are we likely to see?
Mark, you see, Japan and Sri Lanka, they have had very good diplomatic ties over the last 75 years. Not just this, we also are aware that Japan has been helping Sri Lanka through various, projects, one of which was LRT, which had been stalled because of the economic crisis and prior to that because of the COVID pandemic. But now Ms. Kamikawa has mentioned that they will be looking at ways how to resume the LRT project, which will help connectivity in Sri Lanka. There's one part of it. On the other end, with regard to the maritime cooperation, yes, it's a very crucial area where Sri Lanka has, as a chair of IORA, has talked about safety and security, while at the same time India does not want an undue influence of China here. Now, to this effect, Sri Lanka has banned entry of any foreign vessels on its ports or within its exclusive economic zone, the EEZ. Now, this is a major development and very positive, a story for India, because India has been talking about a possibility of dual-use ships coming to the Indian Ocean region, which can be used for military purposes from Chinese side. Now, this is something which is very, very critical because this cannot happen in India's backyard.
Yes.
Now, to this effect, Japan has also promised today that it will provide Sri Lanka with a vessel which is equipped with sonar, which can do the charting of the maritime, the entire region in the Indian Ocean. So this will help Sri Lanka because they do not have the wherewithal, they do not have the vessels, and they constantly depend on other vessels from China or from various other countries for this assistance. Now, with Japan providing this, it will strengthen Sri Lanka to chart its maritime areas on its own. And that's a very positive kind of a development. Mark.
We'll leave it there. Thank you very much, Dr. Ahmed Farooqi. Thank you very much for being with us.